Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, beware of black-clad magicians that drive black vans and have black balloons, and also happen to wear creepy demon masks. I mean, come on, that should be a dead giveaway. What's wrong with people? Tonight's movie, The Black Phone.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! Cuts, and sluts! However, tonight the sluts are going to be on the sidelines because we are reviewing another recent horror movie. However, this one is highly regarded, so let's see if it lives up to the hype. And that movie is The Black Phone. Yes, it's The Black Phone. You can see there's a little the between the L and the A. Just a tiny, tiny one. You can blink and miss it. But anyways, so what is The Black Phone about? Well, it is about a boy and his younger sister who are living in a community, I think in Colorado in the 70s. And this community is being menaced by a mysterious person called the Grabber. And what's the Grabber do? Well, he grabs, right? Yeah, so he's been grabbing up boys from the streets. And they have been disappearing without a trace. Well, except maybe for the occasional black balloons left at the scene of the abductions. Anyways, when the boy becomes the latest person to be grabbed, he finds himself locked in a kind of basement dungeon. And the only thing he has is a bathroom, some miscellaneous rolls of carpeting, I guess. I probably was the flooring at one time. And a black phone. And when the black phone starts to ring, he's confused and weirded out because the black phone isn't connected to anything and doesn't work. But yet, when it rings, he hears and answers. He hears the voices of victims past trying to give him advice, hints to survive his ordeal. All the while, his younger sister is having dreams, visions in her dreams about the grabber, the victims, places involved, and she hopes that this information could be of use to help find her brother, find the grabber, get him out before it's too late, and everyone can have a little bit of a happy ending. Anyways, Will they be able to succeed? Will the young boy be able to use the clues left behind by the previous victims to escape the clutches? Will the sister be able to piece together the cryptic messages and come to the conclusion that she needs to help put an end to this situation before her brother becomes yet another victim? Well, you'll have to see when you watch. So let's get to those scores, shall we? Violence and gore. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. There is some nice violence, some blood. There's a nice axe to the head. But honestly, most of the violence is of the fisticuffs types. There is some, I don't know, best described playground fighting going on between kids, even though I don't think it's the playground, but whatever. So yeah, there is a lot of physical combat in this movie, and kind of a lot of punching and kneeing and wrestling in a way. So it's not like super high impact violence, and honestly, most of the blood and gore are the ghost forms of the, I guess that's the way to call it, ghost forms of the past victims in various, dead, cut up, distressed, bloodied up views. I don't know, visage, a bloody visage, right? So anyways, so that's most of the violence in gore, or most of the gore is that. Most of the violence, except for the nice axe scene, is, well, just sort of physically punching and kicking and struggling like that. So not huge. 2 out of 5. Shock value, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. There are some good scares in this movie, but most of the shock is in what happens to these boys. And you see the ghosts, and is kind of shocking because you don't usually see in movies kids being victimized quite like that. And sure, you don't see the actual murders, you see the aftermath. It still can be considered a little upsetting. Plus, there is this sort of, it's not said explicitly, but you get this sort of sense that this grabber guy gets a little, just doesn't get his kicks by simply killing the kids, but also by torturing them. And maybe, I don't know, I get this sense that maybe a little bit extra stuff too. It doesn't say it explicitly, but it just seems like just the interaction that the grabber has with the boy, it's creepy and sinister and feels like, there might be a little sexual thing there too. So that's pretty shocking. 3 out of 5. Moving on to plot, and I am going to give this a 5 out of 5. Now, I've been moving through like either 4, 4.5, or 5, and because in the beginning it is a little slow, it's got to set the stage. The situation is that I can't see how they could quite set the stage any better than they did. Any faster, any more action-packed way, I guess, than what they did, because the story is simple on the surface, however, is very layered, and those pieces of the story really need to be set up and shown and kind of developed before you get the ball rolling on the main narrative. And so you've got the sort of sub-story threads about bullying, not only like bullying, like kids bullying, but also like abusive parents, things like that. You get this story about learning how to become confident, learning to overcome your problems, not necessarily relying on the help of others and friends, because there will be situations where they won't be there to help you, and yet. Also, I guess there is a line in there where, past knowledge, learning from others and their mistakes, and learning. So, I mean, in a way, like I say, like, doing it yourself and not relying on others, but in a way in this movie, you kind of rely on those ghosts, but it's still, in the end, up to you to do the deeds, to do the tasks, for you to put in the effort. So there's that. There's also the storyline with the sister and her psychic abilities, and it's I don't want to say it's religious, but it seems kind of religious. It feels like a kind of a Christian message, because she's praying for Jesus to give her these dreams so that she can figure out what's going on. And when she does get the dreams, she's angry and confused because she can't put it together. She doesn't know what to do with the images and stuff. And, she's praying that she wants, this X answer, and I want it answered a very specific way. And when the prayer is answered, it's answered not in the way that she wants it answered. She gets frustrated. And so, I mean, it's a very almost classic kind of Christian message in there. So it's interesting because you don't necessarily see that too often in movies, especially horror movies. And so I found it very interesting and intriguing. And altogether, like the story, especially when you get to the abduction, it really rolls well. It really flows nicely and is very satisfying. Some might say that the ending was maybe about 5 minutes too long or whatever. Like you had this little almost cheesy two sunshine and puppy dogs type of thing happening. But like, I can also forgive that because everything is so excellently done. And you also have the story about like the family dynamic, and you have the character of the father who's an abusive drunk, but he's not because he wants to be that. It's not because he just, I'm tired and I want to drink and stuff. It's because he lost his wife He lost his wife to, I think they make it sound like it was suicide, and it was because she was having also dreams and having things, visions, and that's why he's very hesitant and about, having his daughter like turn out the same way. And you can see the pain in this guy's performance, and we'll get to that in a moment. But it adds another whole layer because he's struggling to keep things together and his family together, and he doesn't know how to do it. And he has these emotions and he has these angers, and they could have totally made him a complete piece of shit that everyone hated. But in a way, it sort of fits the arcs in the story because everyone in that family has to grow and let go of like their problems, let go of the things holding them back. When it comes to the father, he's got to let go of his fear of losing his family like he lost his wife. He has to let go of his wife. He has to let go of his crutch, which is the alcohol. And, with the boy, the son, Finney, I believe, he's got to learn to be self-reliant. He's got to learn confidence. And he's got to learn to stand up for himself. And for the sister, she's got to learn to deal with the gift that she has and understand it and realize its potential and not be frustrated because things aren't going exactly the way that she's envisioning and planning it. Anyways, so altogether it makes a great plot. So 5 out of 5. And I talked a lot about that one. So moving on to acting, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Very wonderful job. I talked about the father. He did great because you can see the conflict within him. And like I said, he could have just been played as a complete asshole, but I think it was just a wonderful job. I think the main cast was great. They did a great job. Some of the kids, some of the bullies and stuff were a little bit, but for the most part, super awesome, super solid. So 4 out of 5. Moving on to enjoyment factor. Look, I'm just going to say this, Nudity is 0 out of 5. But if it had a score, it would have been creepy and not cool. So I completely understand the 0 out of 5. So moving on to enjoyment factor, I am going to give it a 4 out of 5. I would have loved it to be a bit more bloody, a bit more violent, and I forgive the slowness and kind of the slowness of the beginning and the cheesiness of the very end. But overall, it's just really compelling, really awesome watch. The messages, the layers, it is great. And I think it is a highly excellent movie, probably one of the best of the year so far. And so 4 out of 5. And my overall impression is a 4.5 out of 5. This movie is almost perfect. Well, I mean, this movie's excellent. The movie's great. And, some of my nitpicks when it comes to like the violence and the gore and things like that, that's all just bonus and stuff like this. It doesn't need it, but overall the package is great. It lives up to the hype. Hopefully I'm not hyping it up too much. Don't go in with super duper through the roof expectations, but it's a really solid movie that, does have you at the edge of your seats from time to time. The only thing that I could say probably could have been improved is that there wasn't as much sense of urgency when Finn was doing the things he was trying to do to escape the confines of the dungeon. And there just was never, outside of the first time, it didn't really feel like there was any urgency, pressure of oh, he's going to get caught and this is going to be bad, because we never had that close miss. And I think perhaps that's probably the one big piece of criticism I can give this movie, is that it didn't develop that, and it probably should have, to give us an extra sense of edge. But overall, still pretty awesome. 4 out of 5, and that averages out to a 3.2 out of 5, which is pretty spectacular considering the lack of bonus points. So, there you have it, the black phone. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube rigmarole. And so far, I think only one person's watched one of my videos all the way to the end because I did a little challenge, and look what happened anyways. I'm not going to challenge today because I'm just going to be depressed by how few people are even making it back here. So anyway, thanks once again for watching another episode of 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And until next time, you stay scary, Internet. And remember, if you're staying over at your... I guess this could be considered a spoiler. So spoiler for the movie... But no one's watching right now, so I can still say. But if you find yourself staying over at a relative's house and they have a locked basement room, and you hear about all kinds of abductions happening around, and your I guess relative is kind of weird and wears strange masks and has a black van, he might just be normal. No, he's probably the guy. He's probably the guy. You should get the fuck out of here and call the police because things could go wrong for you. Anyways, see ya.